Alrighty. Good evening. I think we're live. Let me just adjust this stuff a bit. Alright, are we actually live? I guess we are. Let me see. Twitch. Yeah. We should be live. Yeah, we are. Cool. Awesome. Alright, great. Alrighty, so today we're gonna be trying to set up the metal load balancer. For some reason it's not working, so we'll need to code X on YouTube. Hey buddy, how you doing? So we're gonna have to set that up. For some reason, I don't know actually why is it not working. So I'll try today to configure that, hopefully with success. Started streaming quite late now, so it's hopefully I'll have energy. Okay, so all right, so let's say kubectl get svcn, and what are we? So let's actually get all of the services we have. So we have this service here, MetalLB, this namespace actually. So we'll try to take a look at that. Yeah, so we have this metal webhook service. I don't know what this actually does. So yeah, but the problem we have is that our load balancer is not working. So I can see that it's not, I can't actually access my internal dashboards. So that's what we have to fix. Let me actually take a look at my my router. If we take a look at routing BGP, there's no peers here. If we take a look at ARP, there's some. These are all my Raspberry Pis. So we need to figure that one out. So we have L2 advertisement, metal system config, MikroTik address pool. Yeah, that's correct. We gave it this IP range, which is also correct. All right, so let's use the robot. Let's go AI programmer network. Traefik. Ingress, no, I don't think that's the issue, but let's take a look at the Ingress. This looks correct. If we take a look at our Etsy hosts, file open recent. Yeah, this guy over here. We have 192.168.88.10, which should be load balancer. My MetalLB. Give me 1 second. My MetalLB load balancer for some reason is not working with my Traefik. Ingress, I have disabled the default load balancer from K3S and set up the MetalLB. Help me debug and fix it. Yeah, let's actually get the pods. That's a good one. So we have the controller and 4 speakers. Yeah, exactly. Then let's take a look. Yeah, I think, but is it, yeah, cube system. So yeah, so this is our external IP from our load balancer. That's correct. This is internal IP. So let me actually give it to the AI. That's correct. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's the problem. Do we still have the deployment? Crap, man. So what was it? I wonder if this is a firewall issue. And also, if I take a look at these logs, debugging, where was it? Yeah. Cube system deploy Traefik, deploy controller. Yeah, this is something certificate related, I believe. Cert rotation, ensuring zero, no, the web configuration. Postgres Nginx. This is, yeah. Longhorn. Yeah, this is the actual metal load balancer, yeah. Let's take a look at the logs there. And reconcile address pool level. Hmm. Oh shit. How the fuck does the CLI tool work, man? Jesus Christ. How does this? Oh, Phil, good evening, buddy. How you doing? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm just having issues. I'm having issues with my load balancer with MetalLB. For some reason, it doesn't really work. I mean, not the load balancer. It could be something with the Traefik as well. Yeah, install ham. Yeah. So a little bit stuck here. Yeah, I mean, I haven't touched that part. Can I just like reapply the default? Permission denied. Okay, let me try as super user. Okay. You should see a Traefik pod running and Traefik service. So that seems fine, right? This completed thing is what confuses me. What's exactly completed? Yeah, but the robot is telling me that it kind of because what's really weird is that we can see that the load balancer is kind of exposed, right? But even if I ping it, it doesn't really work, right? So why? I mean, why the host cannot be reached? It's super weird. That makes no sense. So what is running actually? How can we debug that? Like why would this? Why is .10 not reachable? So weird. I can't seem to figure it out. I have the Etsy here, but this actually doesn't matter. This is correct. Because I don't see any pods running, right? At least based on this, we should see Traefik completed. And then it's so weird. Why is it? Yeah, this ingress seems to be pointing to a wrong thing. No, but actually it's fine, right? It should be showing the ingress should be pointing to my nodes, right? These are the all 4 nodes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that, I guess, in theory is correct. Jesus Christ, man. I have no idea why this doesn't work. And this is good. My DHCP gave me the correct address, right? It's the first IP in the range that it has. But I mean, in theory, under the ARP here, we should see that makes no sense, but I'm just, yeah. Yeah, this is correct. Yeah, that seems fine, right? It's just I'm not sure if this is if I've done this properly. To disable, configure all servers in the cluster with the disable. Yeah, I haven't done this in my worker nodes, and because I don't think I should. So that's unclear to me right now. Chica, my friend, good evening. Auto assign. Let me try that. IP address pool default. Yeah, I guess that should work. Craft, good evening, friend. How are you? I mean, technically, right? Maybe that's what I'm missing, right? Shouldn't we have a service here? Shouldn't I have a service now of a type load balancer, right? That maybe exposes this. Because this is just an ingress. But what about the service? Am I supposed to have a service alongside ingress controller to expose these dashboards? A service of type load balancer. So maybe that's the problem. But why did it work before? I'm a little bit. Nice, no, very nice. Not much. I'm just breaking my head with this. Yeah, not much, honestly. I have the service here, right? Oh shit! So yeah, this is crap. Maybe that's the problem, right? The type is cluster IP. Yeah, that's maybe, well, that's most likely the problem, right? What are we talking about here? Traefik, right? Yeah. Configured. I mean, in theory now it's supposed to work, but it doesn't. No, definitely not going smooth. I'm kind of stuck a bit, but it's okay. That is part of it, right? This is external IP. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that's fucking weird. Yeah, that kind of makes no sense. Why is this external IP? Huh. Yeah, that kind of makes no sense, I guess. Because if I go now to... How is your studying going, Craft? Where were we? Where is our Etsy? Here. So if this is Traefik, if we update that IP there, yes. Yeah, what the fuck is that, man? Why is it pointing to my router? Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe because the port is wrong. No, I don't actually fucking know how this works at this point. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, regular expressions, nice. Why am I looking at Longhorn? That's not what I meant. You should keep the Traefik dashboard services cluster IP and use the Ingress resource to expose the dashboard. Alright, so this was wrong. Okay. Oh, dude. Ingress resource. This is our. Let's see if there's any difference. There isn't, right? Yeah, same stuff what I wrote before. Yeah. Traefik dashboard. Do I even have that? Nah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm completely kind of stuck with this. Good evening, buddy. So that's up. Is this correct? Yeah, but that's super weird. Why? But how come now you're saying it should point to one of the given IPs? Shouldn't point to the IP of my metal. When you configure an ingress traffic for any ingress controller, abstract the routing. In the following scenario, here's the path. A client sends an HTTP request to the IP address assigned to traffic load balancer service. Load balancer ingress. Yeah. The external traffic policy cluster. Yeah, that's correct. Any event showing MetalLB errors. Nope. Verify metal pods are running. Yeah, they're running. Verify that poll is configured, IP poll. I mean, it is for sure. I don't think, can we actually do that? No. If MetalLB is properly assigned IPs, you can't ping. The issue may stem from your network configuration. Ensure all nodes have IP forwarding enabled. Yeah, I guess. So yeah, so we do actually have it in fact. Check the firewall IP tables. Actually, we don't have it. Zyra, my friend, good evening. How are you doing? Yeah, I mean, there's so many IP tables here. What the hell, man? Who the hell is who's gonna hell to read this? Yeah, man, I'm good. A bit tired. Had a long day at work, and then wife and kid, and we had some guests. I mean, we could try that in theory, but we don't even have unified firewall here, right? Yeah, so there has to be... How's programming network? I haven't done much past couple of months. Actually, nothing at all. I just want to set the. I'm just learning Kubernetes past couple of weeks. Once I learn that, we'll go to programmer network. I mean, people are still registering, signing up and stuff. But yeah, I haven't done any work, honestly. Just been focusing some other things in life. But it's definitely going, yeah. Okay, interesting, very good. May see ARP. I did check the ARP table and it's not there, so that is the confusion. Like, I would expect to see .10 advertised here, but I don't. Yeah, I don't see it. No, it's fine, man. No, I don't expect you guys to do anything. I mean, I don't have time myself, and it's my own platform, right? So that's just how it is. That's just how it is, right? I know, I know, I know. I know, but that's just how it is, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit. This goes a bit beyond my reach now, but we'll figure it out. I'm a bit stuck now, honestly, but it's fine. That's all in theory correct. So I don't actually load balancer Traefik, right? Yeah, I'm hosting my own, exactly. Wow, what are all of these interfaces? I guess this is created. Yeah, this is created by, yeah. Yeah, so that is probably the issue, yeah. Yeah, so definitely not occupied. It's definitely there, man. Yeah, so ARP is enabled in all interfaces, right? Definitely, okay. Jesus Christ, man, this is hard now. I'm completely stuck. Yeah, yeah, I mean, this kind of goes a little bit out of my reach, but it's fine, right? It doesn't conflict, man. I already did that. Yeah, yeah, exactly, man. I mean, it can't really tell me much more, right? So, but we can see that the 10 failed. So we can see that the ARP here fails, right? So that's the problem, right? So you can see that the ARP from the output strongly suggests that MetalLB is failing to advertise the IP via ARP, or your node is unable to respond to ARP requests for that. This could be related to errors in key problem: ARP advertiser not working for is unable to respond to ARP requests on the Ethernet interface, resulting in the state fail. This means your network does not recognize 10 as being owned by your cluster, and traffic designed for 10 will not be, right? So this is something new. The other IPs verify MetalLB. Start by inspecting the logs. So I mean, we are onto something, right? Yeah, so it can't, yeah. 1 second. So let's address it. When assigned by MetalLB to bind the Ethernet, the primary interface, you know it is expected. Be advertised via ARP. Well, I need to understand this 1 second. From the IP address show Ethernet output, it appears the node is configured with IP on the Ethernet interface is dynamically assigned, likely from your router's DHCP server. This confirms the following: the interface is up and configured correctly. The node can communicate on this subnet, right? However, there's no indication that MetalLB assigned IP to the Ethernet interface. Let me do one thing. No, actually. Yeah, this is correct. Yeah. No, there's nothing in the documentation. No. I mean, we have some of these errors, but I don't know if that's related. Man, yeah, this is hard now. Yeah, this now we're oof. We're not getting closer now, to be very honest. I don't think we are. Yeah. Uh, I think this is literally what we are having. MetalLB provides services with IP addresses, but doesn't ARP for the. It feels like that. It feels like that. Yes. Yeah. That's how it feels. That's how it feels right now, to be honest. The worst thing with this, I mean, until we master it, we're really just cursed to. It's very hard to reason about these configurations, right? Because there's so many things here that technically can be wrong, right? And you just have to poke it until. I mean, right? What can one do here? It's a lot of things, right? There's so many layers. There's my router host level on node, on the node itself, and so many things that can be wrong here, right? That's just how it is. We can just. How am I? They're very good. What about yourself? Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much what we're doing as well, right? We don't need this. Enabling support for with a. Yeah, we don't actually need that now. We don't understand that yet. Yeah, we're not gonna be doing that. Yeah. Nope. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I just had a lot of work. I think I saw it. I'm very happy, man, that the video was useful to you. That is great. Okay, so yeah, that is interesting. I mean, I don't know if we need to do this, but technically, yeah, interesting. So yeah, what if we do that? Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. Nah, I didn't do much though. Let me go into some other node. Yeah, so why it can't advertise itself? I don't get it, man. In some environments, you'll have some large address pools of cheap private IPs and some smaller pools. By default, we'll allocate IPs from any configured address pool with free addresses. This might end up using expensive. To prevent this behavior, you can disable automatic allocation. Yeah. It's this one here. Addresses can still be specifically allocated from the expensive pool. Avoid buggy IPs. Wow. What a great flag. Right. Let's just do this. Addresses, auto assign, avoid buggy IPs. Unchanged. Oh. Yeah, we actually put that in a... No, that's correct, right? Yeah. Just gonna quickly reboot my Raspberry Pi 1. Basically, this guy to the left over there. You can see that it's blinking like a maniac. All right. Yeah. This is a little bit tough. It's a little bit tough. Yeah, I think this is the problem I think that we're having. Make sure your nodes are not labeled with exclude from external load balancer label. Metal honors that label and won't announce any service from such nodes. One way to circumvent this issue is to provide the speakers with ignore exclude LB flag either from Helm or via customize. In order to have MetalLB advertised via this must be created. This difference from the original MetalLB. What is it, man? MikroTik MetalLB ARP issue. You have a, actually, let me just share this. I'm writing everything here. You can also find the repository. It's what can a cluster do? Well, cluster is a server. You can host whatever you want on it. So it fundamentally is just a server, right? Shooting now. Where's this article that I just found? What the fuck happened? What the heck? MetalLB not advertising ARP. Of course, my pleasure. I mean, all right, let's do one thing, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go here. But no, I mean, no, that's not a problem, right? We're in the same subnet and everything. Yeah, so yeah, so that's not the issue, right? For sure. I don't think that it's not advertising the ARP issue with ARP in Bridge. I wonder if at this point this is now the networking issue rather than Kubernetes. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Fuck. Yeah, shit. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit... It's gonna be complicated fixing this. Because I don't know exactly... Alright, ARP is enabled everywhere. Let's check the net rules. Let's actually give this to the AI. Could be useful. Yeah, I need to be careful about this. Let's actually take a look at that. No, we need this. Yeah, this is actually not correct. Masquerade srcnet. What is this doing? Add a rule to explicitly allow incoming traffic. This ensures the traffic designed for 10 is properly routed and not dropped. Yeah, I mean, we can try that, but I believe that I've kind of already done that here. I have the whole subnet. So I can try that, but let's see where it, I guess it appended it to the bottom now, right? IP ARP. Sure, ARP is enabled. It is. Make sure ARP is enabled. Yeah, it is. Let me just reboot this guy. Hmm. I mean, I'm full, Bringer. Good evening, buddy. Long time no see. It's a bit hard. It's a bit hard today. Not much progress, honestly. But it's okay. That's just how it is sometimes, right? It's just it's a bit complex now because I think there's an issue with potentially an issue with some networking issue here that I can't figure out, honestly, at all. But it's okay. Come on. Jesus Christ. How are you, man? How's life? MetalLB. So here we have the 4 pods running. Have the controller. Yeah, I mean, I can't see shit here. There's nothing in there. What about these guys? Is there anything meaningful happening here? Nah. Not really, right? These guys are supposed to advertise some shit. Actually, which node is it? How can I check that? This is shell, help logs, attach, show. Yeah, I mean, this basically the ARP is not working on this load balancer, so it's not advertising the. It's not. My router can't see it here, right? And this is something I think I've created manually. I'll just nuke that. Yeah. Yeah, so that won't work for sure. So we have a new IP now, which is 16. Come on. Invalid image name. Okay, interesting. Yeah. What the fuck? Okay, but now we're getting page not found. What? Wow, it works. What the fuck happened, man? I just reinstalled Traefik and it now suddenly works. What? Are you kidding me, man? Don't tell me this, that I wasted all these hours. What? Are you kidding me, man? What? It works, man. Wow. So it was corrupted Traefik installation or something. I mean, that is so fucking bad, man. I mean, I am happy that it works, but I cried here. So, I mean, we can now hit this internal IP, right? So we can kind of see that the ARP, come on, man. I mean, come on, dude, don't tell me that. I mean, okay, let's not complain. That's the life of ours, right? It's okay. It's just so weird, man. Wow. That is weird, man. Oh, man, all of this struggle. Crazy, crazy. Page not found Traefik. Okay, I don't know why our Traefik dashboard isn't working, but that doesn't matter. We can fix that now. So crazy, man. We're literally just like, wow. Okay. Yeah, that is crazy, man. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, the biggest irony of this, right, is that what can we learn from this, right? It's so random, right? All right. I mean, you know, that's what it is. I mean, we made it work. It's just it feels rather like we actually don't need a service here at all. We just need the ingress. Let's just reapply the ingress. All right, let me just now take a look at, so let's take a look at, what do we have ingress? So let's say ingress, let's say cube ingress, get ingress, right? And we should have ingress for Longhorn as well, right? So why are we only getting this though? 404 not found. So it's almost as if this ingress, it's kind of not hitting the right thing, which is a little bit weird, right? And we shouldn't really need a service, or should we? I mean, I could provide a service, right? I can just say, you know, service. And there we go. Okay, cool. All right, so that works now. Jesus Christ, man. So hard. So hard. Give me 2 seconds. That is crazy. Did you try turning it? Yeah. Okay, well it works. I just want to check one thing though. If we do the ARP now here, it should advertise, right? And we should see it here in my on MikroTik router, right? It's just, that's a little bit weird. So we are advertising. So why aren't we hearing it here, seeing it here in the ARP list? I don't actually care. It works. I would kind of expect to see it here, that my MikroTik picks it up, right? Because this guy is now advertising. All right, nice. So what I realize now, right, is that So what I read past couple of minutes ago is that because, so actually let me tell you what happened here. So so the only thing that I basically learned here is that when we took a look at the IP tables, right? IP tables were rejecting any traffic coming to this IP. And then what I realized, right, is that the reason for that is that, okay, so what did I learn? First, I've learned that there's no what was it? UFW firewall on the Raspberry Pi. There's just IP tables. What I've also learned is that Metal load balancer is going to reject all the traffic to the given IP if there's no deployments for that thing, right? So when we did the IP tables somewhere here, actually, let me just welcome back, Phil. So when we did IP tables somewhere, let me just find that again. So when I gave it some IP tables here, if I recall, yeah, no, wait, I need to internalize this in my head, so this time is not really wasted, because now it works. But Carol, my friend, good evening. I'm good, my friend. I'm good. Yeah, what I've been streaming now for what 2 hours. Yeah, for 2 hours I've been failing pretty much, and yeah, finally not failing anymore. I literally had to reinstall Traefik, which is incredibly depressing in a way, because yeah, I mean, it came installed with you know, with K3S, so reinstalling it fully made it work, which is not the greatest accomplishment here, but you know, yeah, here it is. Look, but this is the learning point. So you can see the IP table save output you provided explains the issue. The rules in the kube external services chain indicates that the Kubernetes via K3S has added rules to reject traffic destined for the IP on the port 80. These rules also specify that the service for the HTTP has no endpoints. However, Kubernetes couldn't find any active pods assigned to the service. So basically, if there's no pods assigned to a service, it's clearly going to block the traffic. And I'm not sure if it only blocked it on these two ports. It probably blocked it, or it just blocked the traffic completely, because why would a load balancer handle the traffic for something that's pointing to nothing, right? And that is the problem. That was the problem. The problem is that we actually just haven't had the pods. Like, so these, I don't know what this invalid image is, but you can see here that now we have a traffic pod, right? I don't know why we have this. This is something else I will need to look at. But it's, yeah, I mean, and the thing is, I saw at the start of the stream when we started doing that, we don't have these two guys, right? But then I also saw these two, and I thought, okay, I mean, Helm is gonna do something. So another learning point here is that there simply has to be traffic pods running here. I don't know what this invalid image name means. Maybe it's whatever, maybe some Docker image, whatever. It doesn't actually matter. But yeah, because we had none of them running, IP table said, gave us some info here saying, hey, well, you know, G Bounty, good evening, my friend. Good to see you again. So yeah, and yeah, we can see now that yeah, our dashboards are up and running again with this with MetalLB, right? So they're both here. So yeah, what is to say? I mean, this is how it is, especially in DevOps world often, right? You just have to poke it. I'm still a little bit irritated that I don't see 988.16 advertised here in the ARP table, because I would expect that when it's advertising that it's actually that, but okay, we'll see. I don't actually know. I've been a network engineer like in 2008, so that's been how many years? Like too many years, I guess. 16 years, so I forgot a lot of things. But I'm so happy because now I gotta work with all of these things, and we're gonna have to set up also the BGP protocol as well, which I don't think I've ever worked with before. I'm actually looking forward to set this up as well. Right now we set the L2 advertisement, but that has it's not the algorithm itself is not very scalable. So so I don't know actually what to. There's nothing really for me to write here for the guide. I think stuff works now. Stuff works now. So now what we could do, so now we're at the point, right? Now we're at the point, if I go to our repository that we are writing. Now, if we go to outcome, right? So this is what I drew. So we have the metal load balancer now issuing IPs, and we have traffic ingress, right? That's basically just like a proxy, right? It's just figuring out when I go to this domain or whatever, this or this subdomain, resolve this or that. We have the database, we have the storage, so we have everything technically apart from Redis to host a full-fledged app, right? Which means now practically we can create a PVC, right, which would be persistent volume plane. Basically, create some storage, a new volume, which we're going to do in a second. Here we've created a few. So we're going to create a volume off of some storage class. We'll provision a cluster, Postgres cluster. And then some deployment, I don't know, nodejs or whatever. So before we end the stream, maybe we can do that. And then what we can do, we can create a ingress, right, to expose that, let's say, API. Now there's of course a lot more things we have to learn. I mean we have a lot to learn. But fundamentally, what I would like us to try is to try some of these things, scaffold, tilt, or whatever. In simple words, DX tool, developer experience tool, where we can, once we move programmer network to Kubernetes, here, once it's hosted from my office here, we need to have a good way to develop, right? Scaffold is good. I think my team at Dream Data is using it. This was also suggested by some people online. In a way, just quickly deploying while you're developing, right? So think about this like currently in programmer network, right? I can show you, right? So think about this in a way as having a Docker Compose file, right? For example, if we take a look at what we use for programmer network in production, right? So think about it as Docker Compose, but you can see for development here I have an override, right? And the great thing with Docker Compose is that you can just bind volumes, right? So you can see when I'm developing locally programmer network platform, I'm saying, hey, bind my local programmer network API volume to the app inside of the container. Same goes with the logs. Bind the logs from there, right? And then this is something that's not very relevant right now. And then same here, when I'm developing my local image, bind it to whatever. So it would be nice to have something like that, of course, in Kubernetes. So, because it would be very annoying to redeploy the whole cluster every time I save. So these tools are for that, right? And some others that I saved here. There's also this K3D, which apparently is very good for us, for K3S. K3D is a lightweight wrapper to run K3S, Rancher Labs, minimal Kubernetes distribution in Docker. So one of these we'll learn. We'll learn, I don't know. because I think the scaffold is most popular one. I'm not sure. I think it is. Yeah, but we'll learn this one. But yeah, it would be amazing if we can mimic the production K3S environment in development, right? Because that gives you some deterministic feeling, right? That whatever I'm doing locally is going to work the same. So both environments should be mimicked identically whenever possible, right? That is the ideal developer experience. But either way, let's not do that now. Let's try to now learn a bit or reuse the commands, right? So what I'm going to do, I think I've started, so I've started creating this full stack example, right? Node.js config map. So this is going to be just like here eventually we're going to be passing in environmental variables. We have a deployment to deploy a Node.js API, Node.js version 14. That's super ancient. Mount path app data, Node.js API PVC. So persistent volume claim, we would need to create that, right? And I think it's here, right? So here it is. So we're saying I want to create a yeah, exactly. Oh, Joey, thank you very much for the sub, man. Jolie, thank you very much, man. That's very kind. Even more importantly, I guess that indicates that you like something at least that I do here, so I appreciate that. But yeah, exactly, Phil. I mean, the thing is, so I can tell you one thing, like at work where I work past 4 years, we're using GCP Kubernetes, right? And I can tell you that, thank you very much. That's very kind of you guys. Thanks. Thank you. So at Dream Data where I work, we're using GCP Kubernetes, right? And one thing that's very difficult when you're using cloud versions of the Kubernetes, right? At least this is my experience. Please take this with a grain of salt. Is that you have to proxy a lot of things, right? So Kubernetes has this proxy command and then you have the service account keys and all of that stuff. Like, you know, you generate this .adc file and then you log in with like Google has its own gcloud binaries. So you do like gcloud auth login and then update ADC and stuff like that. And you have this ADC which holds your service account key. But either way, anyway, it gets very complicated, developer experience, because we're using BigQuery and Vertex AI and a lot of services, Google Cloud Run and all of these things, right? That's very difficult to set up locally. I mean, I don't think that there is a version of, you know, Google BigQuery, right? A data warehouse that you can run locally. So a lot of these things, this stuff that we have is very simple, like, running Postgres locally. I mean, Postgres exists for 30 years, right? But when you need to do, you know, BigQuery, Vertex AI, Dataform, data store, right? There's a lot of these services that is very, very difficult to even to mock, if you would, right? I don't think that's even possible. Okay, let me just go through these things. So this is essentially, and this is now the beauty, like when we all learned, when we set up all of these services properly, we still need to learn a lot about MetalLB and a lot of this stuff. But once we feel confident, then the magic with Kubernetes happens, right? Then you create, and once we also use Helm and create a single Helm chart and stuff, I never used it, but I know that we're gonna end up there. But this is the beauty, I think, like on a surface level of Kubernetes, that now when we want some infrastructure, we are like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna give you some environmental variables here. I want some storage, right? This is this is the type of storage I want. This is how much storage I want. This is my storage class name. So you're basically saying this is the space, this is the deployment, this is what I want to deploy. I want to deploy a Node.js image. And this is how I want to expose it. This is how I want to do the networking part, right? So you have all of these things broken down, which is really nice, and it's very simple. I mean, of course it's a little bit too much magic because it's hugely abstracted away from us. This is really kind of what you need, and I guess this deployment, of course, is going to grow with just like Docker Compose would, with more services we would add here, because right now we have just a single container. But yeah. Okay, let's try this. So let's see here, app data config map. So we basically gave it this. We limited some resources, which is fine. We gave it some arguments. This I want you to run the app.js. Mount path. I wonder if this is correct though. Let me just read this that we generated. So yeah, so you can see, so we have our cluster running, right? If we actually take a look at that, we can go to K3S. So if we do like, if we take a look at the Postgres, we can see our Postgres cluster running here, right? Yeah, well, there's some errors there. I don't know what that is, but fundamentally, yeah, we have a cluster of three Postgres servers, right? Okay, so that's great. Then we have here the persistent claim. So we have the database, we have the storage that we want to define, we have some config map. It's currently inaccurate. Maxi, good evening, buddy. So this would not work right now. We need to give it something that's actually correct. And then I'm actually, okay. All right, so one thing, of course, like, yeah, because now we're just obviously deploying some Node.js image without, but I think this mount path essentially is what we need to provide here as part of this example, right? So I suppose that this is the mount path. Cassie, my friend, good evening. So I suppose that this is relative to the place from where we apply this Node.js API deployment. I'm not sure. Let me actually read, but we need to provide some, give me 1 second. And yeah, so this is also inaccurate. So we will not be doing this, right? So we will not be using our load balancer to expose this. We're gonna be using our ingress, right? So we'll have an ingress. So we will not be exposing things with load balancer anymore. So this is also inaccurate, right? So this should be cluster IP, right? I think that should be a cluster. Give me a second. Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be a Traefik, and then we have our ingress controller that's going to be dealing with that, right? And then we'll need to create some DNS like in our etc hosts, whatever. But yeah, so that's now correct. This should be cluster. Yeah, target port. Sure, that doesn't matter. And then PVC is fine, but we need an ingress here, so we'll need, I suppose we'll need a Node.js API ingress YAML, right? And this ingress is gonna pretty much look like any other ingress, I guess, I suppose, if I'm right. most of these controllers, unless once we start supplying HTTP, like generation of SSL and stuff. For this basic stuff, for just exposing it, it's always going to look like this, right? So here we can say node API .localhost or whatever. This port has to match the port, I guess, we're exposing by the service. So that would be, or actually, I don't know. Let's see if I go to Traefik ingress. Traefik ingress is it's port 9000, and the service is forward traffic to this port on Traefik pods. Yeah. So we'll see. Where's the nodejs API port? Yeah. So we're gonna say that cool node API prefix Traefik dashboard name node API. This is nodejs API, and then forward traffic to this, I suppose, or maybe to 80 because this is internal port. We'll see. And then these things have to match the. Let me try to port forward the Postgres cluster. So I guess we want to expose this service, right? So we're going to say kubectl port forward. This, right? A local port. Am I supposed to say this? No. So what does it mean that it doesn't exist? It does exist. Yeah. Cuttle port forward my Postgres cluster. Read write. The ports local and remote. So yeah. So why is it saying that it doesn't? It does exist. My Postgres cluster. I'm a little bit confused. Not found pods, my Postgres cluster. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's possible. Let's say yeah, the service is surely there, right? So, and the namespace is PostgresDB, right? So how come that? Oh yeah, but this is not a pod. Oh, I'm such an idiot, right? This is a service. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, but Yeah, that's not really what I want, is it? Because, I mean, yeah, it's just I don't think this is going to work like this. Okay, if we go here now. Yeah, so we're port forwarding that pod, but I don't think that's sufficient. Because these services now are a cluster, right? So we need to, how do I... Wait, I forgot. Let's ask. Ah, shit. Stop. How can I port forward? Yes. So Postgres is now running in a Postgres is now using PG native PG operator. So yes, we're now using this. So yes, now we're running a cluster of database. Yeah. Actually, I mean, this is literally what I've done, right? That's exactly what we did. So I think that's actually funny. I'm happy that, so it seems I'm actually getting it slowly. So yeah, so that's what we've actually done, right? Yeah, I mean, that's isn't that what I've done, right? My Postgres cluster 3, but this is a cluster itself. Yeah, like Phil, 100%. Like that's why I'm confused, because I know that we've done that like last week, right? I literally remember that I was like port forward, right? But I don't know why it doesn't work. Like, do I have to give it like a service, like argument or something? Because I swear that it worked. Because I guess now when I give it this, it's that by default is trying to port forward on a pod, right? I guess that's some sort of a default. Oh, okay, so it's a slash like this. Yeah, dude, shit. Thanks. But okay, but that kind of makes no sense. So if that is the case, why don't we then have to say pod and whatever, right? So they're not really following that pattern. Yeah, this is what has worked. Thanks, man. I forgot about this, but I'm still happy. I still got the rest. So that is good. Okay, so now we should be able to connect again, right? Should we? But now I'm a little bit unsure because of the ingress and stuff. But in theory, did you have? I don't think so. I don't think so. No. Give me 1 second. Let's just take a look at. So let's say la 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 la. Yeah, Will, just give me 2 seconds. Cube cattle get svc and Postgres DB. So we're port forwarding this one now. And what did I want to see? Give me a second. I wanted to see the... Yeah, that's the IP. Okay, so let's then say get pods. All three of them are running. I suppose if we take a look at the kubectl logs, and also that's correct, man. You're absolutely right. I guess it's after midnight now, so my brain is not operating properly anymore. You're right. Let's try now. Yeah, now it works. So now we can actually, yeah, we can see our I don't know, our tables are no longer here, right? Yeah. Yeah, they're not. Let's try to query something, right? Let's create a table called foo. Mid-afternoon. Okay, fair enough. What? Why is permission denied? Permission denied for schema public. Yeah, why are we? Do we have any other schema? Okay, let's say create schema. Come on, what is going on? Oh, why is it inserting let's call them template literals? Makes no sense. Okay, create. Ah, we don't have a permission. Okay, very interesting. Huh. But I thought we are proxying the correct thing, right? So we should. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's so weird, man. Wow, okay. So we don't have a permission to, that's super strange. Create table. Just because, yeah. I don't know why. Permission denied. Thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Okay, but good. So that is fine, right? That is correct. Okay, so our Postgres works. Let's kill that port forward there. Okay, so that is good. So now, in theory, so now, yeah. So let's just, because I'm gonna use the same database here. I'm not gonna be creating a new cluster or whatever. Let's go to our. So we just need to update that config map very quickly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually go here, and just grab this info. So I'm going to say nodejs config map, and Postgres user, Postgres, I think user was this. Wait, I think database was Postgres, user was app user, that's the default. And you're also right, Phil, 100%, yes. Because this here should be app, right? Not Postgres. So if we port forward that again, then technically, yeah, now we should be able to say, yeah, now we're connected to the app, right? So now we should be able to run this, right? I mean, at least I thought so. So we have a public schema here. But I don't know, still, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't matter. Screw that for now. Give me a second. So let's so we have app user blah blah blah. Where's our config map? So we have that app user password. So no, what is it? Postgres cluster. The password is this. And then this is going to be app, like Phil said. PG cluster, is this the host, how we called it? Nah, it doesn't seem so. So when we created the cluster, we called it my Postgres cluster, right? So I suppose that's going to be the name. I don't know, to be honest, but I'll try that. All right, so you're sure that it's not this? But actually you're right in a way, right? Like can I literally... No, I'm sorry, man. I'm referring to this. Sorry, I wanted... No. I changed the wrong thing. Where's the... this is the... I'm talking about the host, not about the database name. So this thing should be, I believe, potentially what we have in the... Yeah, but I wonder if I can give it... this is the thing. Like, I don't want to be giving it this string. I guess you're saying, hey, Alex, you can just provide a... You can provide something like this, right? And my question is, can I give it a cluster name? And then it figures out what to connect to, right? So in simple words, I'm talking about... I see. So it's not giving it this name here, right? So not this. Right? So the only thing now that I think we're missing in order to run this, and Phil, I need your help. Is there a way for me, because we are just now, we're just... Is there a way to provide some bind or whatever? So this, can we pass a file to this Docker image here now? Somehow, can we tell this config to do that? Because right now this is just a base node 14 image. I just want to write a simple nodejs script in here. Maybe we just say, you know, app.js. I think we actually even, or go or whatever, right? I think we generated that in here. Yeah, exactly, right. So we would do something like this, and we will. We can create, we can install Express or Fastify, whatever. I'm not sure I follow, Phil. What do you want me to do in the config map? Map. I know what the config map is for. I mean, but we are providing it as part of the deployment, right? aren't we saying here, hey, pick the environmental variables from the config map that is this config map here, right? So I think this is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with the config map, unless you're saying that there is. This looks so is there something wrong with this? Because I suppose we're gonna apply this, we're gonna create this config map, it's gonna have this stuff, right? And eventually we're gonna run the deployment, I suppose, right? So the only thing now I'm wondering is like, how can I bind some volume here so this. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we already have all of the build stuff done for Programmer Network. But basically what you're saying is, Alex, for now, let's just use the same config map. You're basically saying here, right? Here, you know, provide a path or whatever to something, right? But we can't do that. We need to, yeah, because we don't have a build step. I mean, actually, let's just not install any dependencies. Yeah, I mean, fuck, we actually need a PG, right? Driver to connect to a database to test that. Shit. Yeah, because I just want to test the full thing now, right? Sure, and maybe yes. So let me also, while you're doing that, just go to this guy. Okay, so wait. How can I include the local JS file or a simple Node.js app as part of this deployment? Create a Docker file. Yeah, but I don't want to. All right. I mean, if we have to do that, then that's fine. Yeah, I don't want to do. Yeah. No, fuck that. No, I don't want to do that. Not now. Not gonna be. Yeah, exactly. That's what I figured, right? Is there some, wait, Node.js Docker hello world image? But no, but we still have to, so we still, no, we can't go that. I really need to include this file. But that also means that we need to, so wait, let's create a here example app, right? Example app. So we're gonna do this, right? Thank you everybody for your follows. We'll just move that temporarily here. Let's just write it in JavaScript so we don't have to transpile shit, whatever. And then this is a wrong repository. Exercises full stack example. Let's say, you know, let's say NVM use 28, for example. Let's pm init. Let's say pmi pg, and what else do we have? Express. Let's just try to run this. It's gonna fail because we didn't give it an env, but that's correct. And it should in fact fart out because it doesn't have this environment. So so I guess we can say here, where's our listen? Yeah, we can actually say something like, I guess this PG driver has pull dot on error, whatever. Does it have? I'm not using this native driver, but I suppose there's on connect, right? So let's just have this callback here. And then once that works, we'll just say, hey, you know what? Now start the node server. So this should now essentially fail. And then we're going to do dot error, right? We'll just do on error. This is just yeah, sure, super simple, just so we can test it. Yeah, that's a bit weird. I don't know if this driver actually works, but either way, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we have that crap. PG. Let's see. Interesting. So they support async await by default. Cool. All right. So let's get rid of these callbacks here. We'll make this async, and we'll say I just want to make it fail, basically, right? So we're gonna create a client as they do here. Guess gonna create a singleton here, and I guess we need to import it, right? And then we'll just make it fail as soon as we connect. So right here, so this should now fail. And because now this probably was an thrown exception, right? And we didn't really handle that. Let's just say something like this. I don't even know why the hell am I doing this now, but either way. How's the cluster going? It's going well, I would say. Yeah. Today was a bit tough day with it, but we managed to fix some stuff. But it's good, I would say. I would say it's good. We're getting now to. I just want to now deploy a full app now on the cluster with provision the storage and connect it to a cluster, the database cluster and stuff. And I'm waiting to Phil to find an example if he can. How can I just quickly bind this project just for now? Because I don't want to be doing a Docker build and stuff now because I need to go soon. It's almost 1 a.m. here. But it's good. It's moving forward. I think we're learning. It's going to be take a long time, probably a month or two more until I can be able to not be ashamed of what I know about it. But then at one point we're gonna get really good at it. So, you know, great things require time. There's a lot of stuff, right? There's a lot of stuff to not make work, that's easy, but to truly understand, that takes the time. Making it work today with AI and all of this crap is not rocket science, right? But truly being able to answer the questions when someone asks, why does this work like this? There's a lot of protocols. There's a networking layer, right? I mean, so you went with a bare metal stack. If you remember, your original intention was going for it, external DB. So when it comes to programming network, the whole programming network and my other projects are hosted either on Hetzner or somewhere else, right? So I'm not doing this cluster for any sake of anything rather than just having an excuse to learn it, right? And to maintain it. So please don't misunderstand me. This is not done for any reasonable. There's nothing reasonable about this in a sense of product development, right? There are several reasons why that I stated in the repository that I linked here, right? There are several my personal reasons why I'm doing the bare metal cluster, but I think it goes well in. It goes hand to hand with the programming network platform that I will continue building, of course, because having it also away from those companies that own your data and stuff. But none of that is the reason. The main reason is having a cluster to maintain throughout the years means that you have to keep, at the very least, with the skills that you already have. It's very difficult to learn Kubernetes without having to use it almost at least a few times a week, right? But that's really the main reason. Other than that, I mean, Hetzner is working perfectly. I have no complaints. We have everything. We have perfect infrastructure on Hetzner. It's also kind of manual, but it's really good. But this is now, yeah. Okay, Phil said that he's posted it on Discord. Exactly. So that's what we have now. So we have basically, yes. So we basically have the Metal load balancer setup. We have the Traefik ingress, right? We have Longhorn for storage. And then we have CloudNativePG cluster for Postgres. We will set up the Redis operator as well, probably this week or next week, whenever I have the time. But this is the only thing that because nearly every app or product that I build is using Redis. Because I always, like for programming network, I'm using Redis for caching the notification system that I built with Kirill. It's the reason why it works so well is because it's fully Redis based. So that's if you ask me for now, the only really thing I'm missing here, apart from reporting and monitoring and stuff, which I think will be simple with, is Redis, right? In fact, Redis is now missing in order to even move programmer network here. So yeah, but I think Redis team has built official operator for Redis, so that's awesome. Okay, let me just see what Phil is telling me. So first part is creating a config file containing your file. Yeah, this is a little bit, yeah, this formatting got a bit messed up. Then in your pod, add a volume. We do have a volume. You mean in our deployment, right? We have the volume in the deployment here, right? Give me 2 seconds. Oh, nice, nice. I'm a new programmer. What are your recommendations for languages to learn? Probably the easiest you can learn is web development for start. But language that you should learn depends on the demographics and area where you live. So you should first research what jobs are usually opened in your region, and then you should learn that. So you should be driven by money and interest, not by... No, it's okay, it's okay. I think I get it. So in the config, I need to... It's a little bit weird that I need to... It's a little bit strange to me that I am passing a... Oh, I see what you're doing here. So I'm supposed to... Yeah, but I don't think that's going to work for us, Phil, I think. Because we also have the node modules directory, right? So it doesn't seem that this is kind of doable unless it's a single file, right? Or maybe I'm missing a point. Because we have node modules folder as well, right? Yeah, I see what you're saying here, yeah. I see. I see. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it like this. Bear with me. Bear with me for a second. Bear with me. We'll do this very quickly. We'll do this very quickly. Don't worry. I think I'll do something even quicker than that. I think I'll do something quicker than that. I think I'll do something faster than that. Let's just say... Do I need to... So how will the config map pass environmental variables? How will they expose it to the... Give me 1 second. Because I will push this to my Docker repository in 2 seconds. It's going to take no time. Let me just read the... wait, so I'm going to nuke this from here. And give me 2 seconds. If I go to config maps here, and then to the deployment... Yes, so this is going to be our own image here. That's fine. And then we're going to be passing envs from here, right? So technically this should work as is, right? I don't think I have to do anything in the Docker file, right? This is going to expect some envs to be passed. So I think that's okay, right? Yeah, that should be okay. Here we need to do like, yeah, let's actually just, because I just want to save time. Yeah, just to save us some time, because I don't want to waste. Node.js, app.js, that's correct. npm install, expose on 3000. What are we doing here? 3000 as well, right? And actually, we have a command here, so I don't know now, Phil, because we have the args here. We have the node app.js, so I guess yeah, exactly. This is literally what I see, and that's kind of not what I want, right? So I want this, that's great, right? So for now, I just want to keep it simple because I don't want to overcomplicate it. So that's good. Git ignore node modules. Let's just ignore this. It doesn't really matter. I want it to. I'm not gonna be providing any log file or anything. So that's correct. That's correct. Let's go and what do we, yeah. So let's. 8 years ago. Oh my God. Okay. All right. What did I want to do? What did I want to do? Yeah, let's do the let's just push stuff, right? So let's do Docker tag whatever, and that basically let's just do this. So let's go cd node.js hello world. Let's call it node.js actually hello world, and we'll also tag it like that, node.js hello world. Yeah, but we don't actually have that, so let's just do this. Yeah, I actually forgot. My brain is. And what was it like? What was the? What was the? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then we say. It's too late now. My brain is shutting down. But let's yeah, just do it. It's 1 a.m. Thank you guys for your follows. Appreciate it. What the fuck? Oh man, come on. Are you kidding me, dude? Can you fix the boss message the extra at the end makes? Oh, really? I can, of course. Give me 1 second. What is the issue with this crap, man? Oh my god. I have no idea. Is it? Ah, it's Docker ignore, of course. Of course, something's gonna be forgotten. Yeah, man, there's no chance I would have thought of that. Docker ignore. Let's try that again. Alrighty, cool. Push. What is a Docker image? Good evening. Can I ask you a question regarding a project? Yes, absolutely. Man, I installed this stupid fucking tool that's seriously irritating me a lot. Need to get rid of that. I'm not used to it, and then I think I didn't tag it with I didn't prefix it. That's the problem, man. So when I built it, right, when we did the build, we didn't namespace it basically, right? That's the problem. It should now appear here, and I'll just do it from there. Yeah. So let's just do it. Let's just push it from here. I think we should be able to now. Yeah. Oh. just... Why is this 52 gigabytes, man? I need to check that. It's almost there. It's actually K3S, but yes, it's K3S. It's just a slightly lighter version of Kubernetes, yeah. But yeah, same thing. So this is gonna be the image that we're gonna smack in here, right? In theory, yeah. I think it's, I'm not sure if it pushed it or if it's still pushing it. Let's refresh this. Yeah, I don't know, it's still pushing. I don't know why it's taking so long. All right, Phil. I don't know if you're still there, but that seems fine now, right? So I suppose we have to first create a config map. So first we need to create a config map. We need to apply this, I suppose, right? Because we're not using a Helm chart, this now has to be done in order. So we need to do a config map. We need to create this persistent volume claim. Then we're going to do the deployment, and then we can expose the ingress, the deployment, right? I think that would be my logical. So let's actually SSH into REST, just for those of you, like, this is our cluster. This is our bare metal cluster, right? That's what we're working with. Okay, so let's do that. So let's go to, actually, no. So let's go to Kubernetes, right? Let's go exercises here, and let's go to full stack example. And we're gonna do exactly what I just said. So we're gonna say kubectl kubectl apply -f, and we're gonna do nodejs API config map, right? Yes. Then we need a PVC, so we're gonna do kubectl apply f nodejs private persistent volume claim. Then we can go to our Longhorn UI just quickly to see if that volume was actually created. If we did it properly, it should really appear here. And here it is, as we can see, created a few seconds ago. If we actually click on it, we should actually see a little bit more information about it. Let's see, Longhorn master data, blah, blah, blah. Let's see if ready for workload ready. Yeah, I don't know why the names are appearing like with these UIDs here. That's a little bit shitty. We're probably not passing the name with metadata properly, because this is not very useful when I read these. Now, I don't know if that's some sort of a security related thing, but when we create this PVC, I would expect it to use this name here in the metadata. I'm not sure why is it using the UIDs. It's a little bit weird, because, I mean, how the hell will I find this eventually, right? That's kind of shitty. Is there some name like here that's parsed from the... Yeah, that's super weird, man. But whatever, let's not get... yeah, but we can see we now have a persistent volume, and it's been replicated on these. We can also see that our master node is also used as a place where we provision things. I don't want that. Eventually, we'll just ensure that our main node, master node, is actually not doing that. Okay, so now we have the PVC, now we have the config map, and I suppose now we should be able to run the deployment. Let's see if we have actually pushed the image, if it's on our Docker hub. Let me see. So here's the image. It's at 0 bytes. That doesn't look good, doesn't look promising, if you ask me. But maybe that's just because it was just pushed now, but it looks weird. All right, well, whatever. Okay, and let's run the deployment. All right, deployment was created. Kubectl get deployment. Let's take a look at that. What is the how did we namespace this? No, for sure. Which namespace is there gonna be? Weren't we supposed to provide a namespace here as well? Somewhere, yeah, I guess it's gonna be the namespace in which my default, I suppose, right? Yeah, exactly. Up to date Node.js. Okay, so let's say kubectl get pods cube. Yeah, exactly. You're 100% correct, and thank you for saying that, Phil. It's just I need to get used to switching namespaces, like use this name. I'm not used to that yet. I'm not there yet. Yeah, but like, wait. But what happened then? What happened there with the? Like what happened so it failed? Like, did we do something? No. So node 14, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, let's and what was the name of it? Let me try to push it without using this graphical user tool, right? Come on, man, why so slow? Oh, I'm sorry, let me just answer the Fullbringer, are you still there, man? I'm sorry, I completely missed the message. Are you still there? Let me know if you're still there, then I can answer your question. I mean, but yeah, but that makes no sense. Wait, let's just find some other image, right? I don't know. First, I mean, it's generated by AI. Why the fuck would you install Node 14 anyway, right? So let's just get like, yeah, give me, let me just answer that question. Let's just do this. I actually don't care, right? We built this, yeah. But how is that possible? How did I build it on? That makes no sense. Okay, but give me 2 seconds. I just need to read this. I built a backend in Go for a friend of mine. I have created database entries. Is your friend technical? Is your friend a developer or non-technical person? Fullbringer, is your friend technical or not? Actually, he's probably not technical. Of course he isn't. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. You can... Yeah, I mean, I don't see a completely non-technical way how he can do that, right? But I might have some suggestions, yes. I've never seen this happen before. I've been pushing images from this computer for years. I actually never seen this happen. 0 bytes. I don't know what the fuck is happening, man. Literally never seen this before. I've never seen this before in my life. And I've been using Docker for more than a decade. What the fuck is happening, man? Check Discord. No, I get that. Of course that they host the kernel, right? But I'm not on the ARM or AMD. I'm inside of the Windows Linux subsystem, right? Okay, I mean, oh my fucking god, man! I need to now create a GitHub action or some shit that does this. It's so annoying, man. I just want to push this crap, man. Oh my Jesus Christ, man! How like? Yeah, I mean, I could build it on a pipe, but then I have to log into Docker from there and shit like that, right? Yeah, I have an idea. Give me a moment. I know what we're gonna do. Wait, bear with me. I have a quick thing. Oh, man. Multi-platform build is not supported for the Docker driver. Nah, doesn't work. Keep in mind I'm running Windows Linux subsystem there, right? I'll just do it like this, don't worry. I have an idea. I think, if I remember well. I might, or I might not. I actually don't know if I remember well, but wasn't there a way, man, to connect a GitHub repo here? I literally swear that it was some years ago. If you're using Docker Engine standalone and you need to... Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I generally also, to be very frank with you now, when I think about it, I generally don't build images on this computer. This is my streaming computer, right? So it's as it is because this microphone and camera and shit wouldn't work. So I usually use GitHub Actions or Circle CI or Travis. They're doing the build for me and the rest of the CI process, right? So this is just us trying to do some crap quickly, right? But man, I swear that it was possible before to... Yeah, I don't know, man. That's annoying that I can't. Or maybe... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is what I wanted, right? Yeah. What did we call it? Nodejs something, right? Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. No, this is fine. I had a extra character in there. Yeah, exactly. You're, yeah. Just, it's, is it building it now? I actually don't know if it's building it or not. Repository never built. Yeah, I mean, it should have started the build. Why didn't... I don't know. Let's just try one thing. Let's just, like, trigger or whatever. Let's just try to just do a random commit. All right, so it should trigger it now. Yeah, it did. Okay, good. Here is the build. And then while that's happening, let's just grab this crap here, AGJS test. And let's replace this. You can do it, Docker. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, maybe we should just, maybe I should stop paying for this Docker Hub and just switch to GitHub. Because all of our infrastructure is, and all of the CI is using GitHub Actions so far. So maybe I should just, maybe we'll do that at one point. It's kind of funny that, yeah, I don't know, man. Like this is an enterprise business, and this is pretty tragic now, what we're seeing. Plus I'm paying for this, right? Like, what is happening? All right, now we're seeing something. Okay. Actually, Docker, yeah. No, these are my other Prometheus per trainer. So probably Fullbringer, the best thing you could do for your friend somehow is to wrap that code into Electron or some binary and expose some interface for him, right? So he can just install something and it works. Alternatively, let me just read your question again. Because you also say he wants to check out the backend. I don't know what you know. Alternatively, actually, you know what? This is your best friend. So you can temporarily proxy or port forward your local. So what you can do, let me show you. Actually, you can do that literally in 1 minute. So you can go here, you install the ngrok, right? You're gonna paste your token that you're gonna get from here, and then you can just say, hey, so in your terminal you say ngrok, right? You say I want an HTTP, and you proxy a certain service or API, and then they will generate a URL, dynamic URL for you. You give it to your friend, and he can hit your API. You also have IP tunnel, I believe it was called. No, how was it? What was the name of that? It was tunnel something. Yeah, local tunnel. I don't know if this. Yeah, you have a local tunnel as well. You have. I haven't used this one. Yeah, I don't know any of the other ones. This one seems to be suggested by others as well. So you have that. That is actually the quickest way now when I think about it. So either use one of these three, and you just send your friend the URL that you're going to generate, and he can access your database directly. All right, so this is now built. So let's reapply. Let's again kubectl apply -f nodejs deployment. So a container is being created. Let's see if it will indeed be created, because yeah, so it failed here. Where did you see that error? Where did you actually see that error? I didn't see it. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, here. So basically, we are still failing with that. Like, yeah. What do you suggest, Phil? Any suggestions? It's such a shame to waste time on this crap because it's completely irrelevant, right? Entirely irrelevant for this. I just want to see it actually running the API, right? You know what, fellas? Let me actually do this. Yeah, let's round it up. Let's round it up, fellas. It's 2 a.m. here as well. Let's do that. Let's do that. Ironically, I need to go to work in 6 hours. So yeah, it's maybe better. Let's just stop now. But what can I say, guys? Thank you. Phil, thank you for being here. Of course, seeing Kirill always is a pleasure and honor. Kraft, I love you. Thank you for being here. Fullbringer, good to see you again, man. And of course, if any others of you, I know that these things are not as quite as fun maybe watching for some as when I'm building the programmer network and writing React and Postgres and APIs and stuff. This is hard to follow, so I get it that for some people it might be a little bit overwhelming, which also explains that we have 20 or 30 people watching and not 60, 70 as I'm used to sometimes. So, but that's what it is. Kirill, absolutely, man. I need to go to sleep now. As you can see, it's 1:30 a.m. here. But please message me right away and I'll answer as soon as I wake up in like 6 hours. Phil, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that a lot. It's really a pleasure. In fact, Phil, if you ever want to jump on a stream as a guest, of course, Kirill as well or anyone else, be my guest. You have helped me a lot, and I learned a lot of this Kubernetes stuff from you. So if I really want us to, yeah, it would be nice to pair program together. So if you ever want to jump on and share some knowledge, you're more than welcome. Sounds good, Kirill, my friend. Sounds good. Please hit me up. I would be very happy to get a message from you. All right, guys, I need to go. Thank you once again. I appreciate you all. And tomorrow is Friday. I have a Christmas event, but I will probably be home in time to stream. But I will have long streams over the weekend, so if you guys are here in the weekend, please come by and let's kill some time together. Until then, peace out, everybody. Catch you up later. Bye-bye.